My teaching is to be a reliable emotional touchstone for the students that I interact with, to learn from and about my students to best help them learn. The main thing is to show that the good that we do to and for each other in the classroom can be extended to the rest of the world.
If there was one teacher that I could go back and thank, it would definitely be Mr. Fogarty, who was my high school math teacher. So I made the decision mid-year to try to level up and next semester transfer over to the more difficult math. For the next 2 months, I came to school an hour early practically every single day, and he was there and we worked together, and he was so supportive every step of the way. And when it finally came time for me to take that test, I passed it and I was able to transfer into his class, and I without a doubt couldn't have done it if it wasn't for his support and his belief in me during a time when I barely even believed in myself and questioned numerous times if I had made the right decision to try that. So thank you, Mr. Fogarty, and I definitely aspire to be like you.
It was actually my freshman year of college with Dr. Hayes. It was finally that time where I realized that I had to do it on my own and that it wasn't the typical high school where you can kind of just slide by and do the bare minimum. It was the time where I had to really step up and show that I wanted this and I wanted to be who I am and I wanted to be a teacher, and that was my freshman year of college with Dr. Hayes. Because I want to push my students to just not do the bare minimum. I want them to succeed beyond what they can do. I want them to challenge themselves. I want them to grow as much as possible, and the only way to do that is through challenge.
I want to teach because from when I was a child, my idea of teaching has changed. I grew up in a school that wasn't so positive and didn't really have my best interest in mind. And over the years, it has changed and become me pushing forward and making what I can out of every situation. And my teachers that I've had in the past have really taken the time to push me and make sure that I was to the best that I could be.
Some money, they're there to better my education. They're there to help me out and make me a better person, not just at an educational level, but as a person, make them a better person, help them out for life skills in the future.
Okay. Why do you want to teach? I want to teach because I want students to know that they are loved and cared for every day at school, and I want them to know that learning can be fun and learning can be engaging, and I just want students to have a positive experience for their 12 years at school.
Anytime.
Okay. So this past semester, I was in my kindergarten room, and I've actually been in there for 4 years now. And they made me a book because it was my last day with them, and they wrote about how their favorite thing about me was my hugs to them, and that it just made me realize that teaching is more than just passing on information.
Absolutely.
Okay, so my favorite teacher was my third grade teacher, Miss Atha, and so I would love to be able to go back and just say thank you, which actually I was able to find her a couple years ago, and I wrote her an email doing just that, and just telling her how wonderful she was and what an impact she had on my life. On top of that, she just really made a personal connection with me, and she really took the time to get to know me as a person, and would stop by in the hallway even when she wasn't my teacher, and just something that I never expected, but that little gesture really had a huge impact on me and stuck with me. So just a year, I think it was 2 years ago now, that I was able to go back and say thank you, and she couldn't believe that I remembered her, and I was like, it was just a great opportunity that I was able to take.
My consumer sciences teacher from high school, she was my teacher for 2 or 3 years, and throughout this time I was going through a lot of stuff that she made an interest in, and she was able to kind of influence my decisions, maybe for the better, I would say, in an effort to make sure I didn't end up wasting my potential.
Okay, the legacy that I want to leave as a teacher has 3 main parts.
My first part is that I want to teach math well. I think I have a lot of aspirations in teaching, but simply teaching math well is my first and foremost goal. My second goal is that I want to teach kids to learn to love math. I went through most of my education not liking math, and now I love it, and so I want to teach kids to learn to love it the same way that I do. And the last part is that I want to spread that love of learning beyond math. I want kids to learn to love, to learn everything, and I think that will make their lives more fulfilling and make them happier people. So that's my third and last goal of what I want my legacy to be.
Okay, what I want to leave behind for my legacy is that science is not boring, and I want students to understand that everybody learns in a different way. One of the major things with science is that it's so directed towards terminology, and I want students to understand that they have the ability to problem solve in a different way with science rather than just saying it's A, B, and C. Okay. I want to use real-world connections in the science classroom so that students are able to problem solve outside of school and use it in real-life situations, since real life does not require multiple choice tests.
Trust me, I have bloopers. Okay, go ahead.
And lots of other things, but
Weird or shadows.
Oh, do I have anything in my teeth?
No, you don't.
Good. I
But
didn't
I-
eat anything too, but you know.
But I did tape
I
that,
didn't even
so.
look at my teeth.
Go ahead.
So the legacy that
Oh, wait,
I
I
want
just dropped you. Go
Okay.
ahead, do it again.
And I want to teach because
Yes.
something like that.
Yep. Whenever
Okay.
you're ready.
Okay.
You're not looking outside. You're not looking off wistfully. Okay, go ahead. Whichever one you want to. Anytime.
Okay. Do you want me to start?
I don't know what that means. But last time, didn't you have to write already on this?
Yeah, I did, but you know how easy it is to write it and not say it to
Yeah.
somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Can I
That's
just-
why.
I need like a prompt.
What's this?
No, like what I wrote, like scrolling down through it.
George Lucas
I
style.
sat and thought about it.
You said something about open-ended, making connections.
Okay, I got it.
Anytime you're ready.
Anytime I'm ready. Okay. What I want to leave behind for my legacy. Okay, start over. You can't stand back there. You and your cheesy smile.
I'll just